Go.
I'm on the second segment today with Mr. John J. Jeckovich from this underground bunker. It's not much light in here, but we brought in generators and we have a pretty good source of light right now. And we're just picking up where we left off. We're talking about courting Delphine. Delphine Stulek is her name before she was married, her maiden name. And this is September 30th, 2024. And we're reading Mr. Jeckovich's book, Their Mother's Sons. And Mr. Jeckovich was a highly decorated World War II veteran of World War II. He was with Company H, 2nd Battalion, 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, today is a gift. Interesting enough, there's only about 7,000 combat vets left, and we're losing them at a rate of 135 a day. So so do your math. So it's important, if you have a text for this World War II veteran, combat veteran, please text us at 407-366-0000. 407-366-0000. And within 2 days, Mr. Jeckovich will read your text. He'll respond to you directly like we're reading now. So, we're picking up on this, Mr. Jeckovich. We're courting Delphine. And to pick up where we just left off a few minutes ago in the first segment, oh, by the way, this is docu-series 319, docu-series 319. And Mr. Jeckovich was telling us when he first met his future wife, Delphine Stulek, you met her at the Delwood Ballroom, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was where?
Delwood Ballroom in Buffalo on Main Street.
Main Street. Was that a first or second floor ballroom?
Second.
And she was with two of her friends. What was your friend's name?
Agnes and Rosalie.
And where did all these three young ladies work?
Grant, W.T. Grant's.
W.T. Grant's, we talked about it earlier, was a great big department store chain, nationwide and in Canada. And during the 70s and 80s it went bankrupt. Since then, hundreds and hundreds of department stores have went bankrupt and closed. Interesting note, there was one time there was 2,400 Kmart's.
Oh, yeah, department stores all over. Yeah.
Everyone knows about Kmart's. Everyone ate their beautiful lunch sandwich, submarines in there, 3 for 99 cents back in the day. And interesting enough, there's only one full-size Kmart left in the United States and Canada out of the 2,400.
Boy, yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. Sears is gone.
Amazon.
Yeah, that's right. Amazon. You know, what interesting thing, a lot of people go on Amazon, let's just see if they want to buy a washer or dryer or some major appliance. They'll find it on Amazon, but they'll go to a few department stores we have left, like say Walmart or Lowe's, and they'll go there to physically look at it,
Get the serial number, yeah.
and then they'll go back on Amazon where they're going to find it and buy it, 20 or 30% cheaper.
Yeah.
So these department stores that are left today are basically using as showrooms, and a sale isn't being made at those department stores, it's being made there again through Amazon.
Yeah, so that's how the department stores went out.
Yeah. It's just like the malls back in the day killed downtowns.
Yeah.
And now the malls are completely gone. Who the hell wants to sit in a mall with no windows and walk around these stores? Now it's back to where we started. It's back to downtown.
Yeah.
If you want to go shopping physically.
Back made the final turn.
Yeah. And so you're saying that she was with two of her girlfriends. They all worked at Grant's together. By the way, what did they do at Grant's?
They were store clerks.
Cash registers?
Delphine and Rosalie worked in the perfume and the women's wear stuff, visitors and stuff.
Where was this Grant's located?
Main Street, Buffalo.
No kidding.
That was Main Street was a big department store avenue.
I wonder what's in that building today.
Huh?
I wonder what's in that building today.
That building's there today, but it's not that
I wonder what's in
department
that
store now.
building.
No.
Yeah, most of those stores and houses around that Main Street section are built over 100 years ago, and they're built really well.
Yeah.
Built really well.
So they're all offices now.
Yeah, so how did you finally separate the two other ladies so you could just date Delphine alone so you didn't have the tag-alongs?
Well, we stayed together for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then Agnes Rosalie got sick, and she couldn't go out as much as she used to go. And Agnes was, she was an old maid,
Yeah.
and she had her own private life. And
What do you mean by an old maid, though?
Agnes?
Yeah, what's an old maid? Tell me what that
She was about, I would say she was in her 60s.
And never got married?
Never got married.
Okay.
So she dropped off because she got her own private life.
Uh-huh.
So the only one left was Delphine and I.
Uh-huh, I see. And then what kind of things did you and Delphine do?
What kind of what?
What kind of courting things? Going to movies or tell us what you did?
Well, we went to the movies, and we went to the Spanish, Japanese movies a lot too on Main Street.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Japanese, they had English captions on the bottom, but it was Japanese films.
Is that what you liked or Delphine?
Well, we went to a couple of them, yeah. And then we went to your host for coffee and donuts and all that stuff. But then we started going to picnics. She made the picnic baskets and stuff. During the summertime, and we go to Luxury Park.
Where was that at?
Outside of Buffalo.
I see. And then, as the last segment, I wish you'd start all over with this one. It was very interesting. When Delphine finally met your mother, was that like a year or two after dating?
Yeah.
Tell us how that was. This is very interesting.
Well, I said, Delphine, you got to meet my mother. She says, we'll do it some other day. I said, no, we're going to do it. I said, we're going to do it. This was Thursday. I said, we're going to do it up there Sunday. So I picked her. She came off the bus on it showed her there. I picked her up off the bus. I said, we're going to see my mother. She said, let's drive around a while. just drive
She's
around.
a little nervous.
Yeah, she was a little nervous.
All right, keep going.
So then we finally got there, and I got them. And first thing we wanted to say, you get back in that kitchen and finish those super cupboards. I'll take care of this young lady. Come with me, please.
Oh, cool. Let me try to understand this. So you and Delphine come into your mother's house, and she says, Johnny, go finish remodeling the kitchen.
I'll take care of this young lady.
Oh, wow. That's
But then they struck off real good. Delphine was the best thing for my mother.
So let me just get back to this. So now you're in the kitchen, remodeling the kitchen cupboards.
Yeah.
Right? And how far away were they from you?
In the living room.
And were you kind of listening very attentively?
I didn't. I used to say I get one word Delphine this, honey this, or something else. But I was in the kitchen. They were in the living room.
So you couldn't hear what was going on.
No.
And how did the conversations go? How did it end up?
How they ended up?
Yeah, how did it end up?
Well, my mother said, all right, honey, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm very glad I met you. I'm very good. John did a very good job getting you.
So it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
It was better than expected.
Oh, yeah.
And since then, once you got married, Delphine and your mother did everything together.
Oh, yeah. That was the best thing happened to my mother.
Yeah, there was no more loneliness then.
Yeah, and my mother taught Delphine how to cook.
Oh, tell us about that.
Well, I told her when I knew Delphine didn't cook because she didn't do it at home. She never got into the stream at home at all. So I told her, I said, Mom, get a hold of Delphine and teach me how to cook because she's killing me.
She's killing you, come on. It couldn't have been that bad.
Well, yeah, but she couldn't cook at all. And then Delphine my mother took her over, and within 2 months, she was cooking breakfast, she was cooking weddings, she was cooking holidays and everything else.
Wasn't your wife famous for her rolls?
Oh, the rolls for Sunday, oh yeah. We used to go to Hyde Park swimming Sunday afternoon, come back, you could smell the rolls outside.
Yeah.
That was the best time of my life, we were picking those rolls up on Sunday.
So you mean to tell me Delphine Stulak couldn't cook, but your mother taught her well.
Yeah.
How long did it take her?
I would say a month started cooking. She started cooking all the holidays and everything else. Well, my mother was helping her along.
I'm curious that Delphine had a good family life with her mother and father. I wonder why her mother never taught her to cook.
Well, Delphine, when she got out of high school, she was a department store right away. Worked in rents.
Did Delphine drive?
No, I taught her how to drive. She didn't drive, no.
But how did she get the grants every day?
Bus.
Bus. Okay. How long of a ride was it from Delphine's house to Grant's?
To Grants, I say about 2 miles.
Oh, so it wasn't that bad.
No.
All right, now tell us the story. So your mother taught Delphine to cook, and you taught Delphine to drive.
Yeah.
Tell us the story, what it took to teach Delphine to learn the skills of driving.
She started driving on a Volkswagen, and that's when we had it shifted with the gear shifts on the floor.
Oh.
And she had hard trouble pushing that clutch in and shifting.
Oh. Was that a big, long, tall gear shift?
Yeah.
Oh, so tell us how that went. How did she take off?
She started stripping the gears all the time. but basically, when we went to see Stevie in Pittsburgh one weekend, Sally was supposed to drive, and my mother was supposed to drive, or my father was supposed to drive. No, who was driving? Sally was driving.
Yeah.
And then she got sick, so Delphine had to drive all the way to Pittsburgh.
So, well, let's get back to your teaching the lessons. What was it like when she first got in the driver's seat and tried to shift? Did the car take off smoothly?
No, she was jerky. She couldn't manipulate the clutch.
How long did it take to create the art of taking off smoothly? How many weeks? How many?
I would say a month.
A month.
Yeah, because I wasn't teaching her every day.
Oh, how often?
When I meet her, I take her out. But then other times he said, I don't want to learn to drive. He says, I haven't driven this way. I'm not that anxious to drive.
Okay, so she didn't even want to finish driving.
Yeah.
She didn't want to even learn.
Yeah.
Wow. And you kind of coached her on?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's fast forward. As she learns to drive, where does she take her road test at?
She took the road test on Main Street in Niagara Falls.
I see.
And she passed it the first time.
No kidding.
Yeah. Steve took that road test and hit a fire hydrant.
Wait, who took the road test in a fire hydrant?
My brother, Stevie.
He had a fire hydrant in his road test.
Yeah.
But wasn't he later appointed by the U.S. Army to be a driving instructor?
Jeep driver, yeah.
That doesn't make sense. The guy
The rookies how to drive Jeeps.
Wait, it doesn't make sense. The guy hits a fire hydrant, and he's appointed to teach soldiers how to drive.
Well, he had a degree. He had a degree from a college.
Okay. So Delphine passed the test first time around, right?
Yeah.
And how do you get the license then? Immediately or in the mail?
Delphine, in the mail.
Uh-huh. And did the license have any pictures on it?
Pictures?
Of yourself on the license?
Yeah.
I see.
Well, Delphine had a license too. She had a license, I had a license.
Right. And then Delphine would be driving your mother all over the place.
Constantly, yeah. My mother picked up right away.
Did Delphine later want you to get an automatic instead of a standard?
Get a what?
Get an automatic car instead of a manual shift. Did she want to change from Delphine want to get something?
Basically we did get automatic, yeah.
And how'd she like that?
What'd she like that a lot better?
Was that the green Omega?
Huh?
Was that the green Omega?
Yeah, it was the green Omega, yeah.
And that was a nice car.
That was a station wagon, yeah.
That was a nice car.
Now there was a big car, and she took those kids to school because it was a lot easier. You didn't have to push that clutch in.
Didn't you have one car that ended up in Gill Creek?
That was, who was that driving? Looky was driving, and he was going down East Wall Street, and there was a turn on, this is wintertime. There was a turn on Fall Street, on East Fall Street, before you made the turn to the house.
Near the ballpark.
Yeah, but he went into the creek.
How'd you get it out?
Well, then I said, where's Looky? And nobody knew who the hell Looky was. Looky went to his girlfriend across the street, stayed there to get water off, and the car was in the creek. And we thought he drowned. So we called the fire department, they were scuba diving looking for Looky in this stupid creek.
Wow. Did the car start again?
Huh?
Did the car start?
No, his car, no. It was an old Volkswagen.
Wow. And didn't you have one of your, I like the Volkswagen stories, didn't you have one of your Volkswagens start driving by itself?
I had it parked in front of the store, and I was working in the store, and I looked out, I said, where the hell's the car? The car was out in the middle of the street, cornered off, the cops were out there, had it cornered off, with the white lights on, and the guy said, this car is, well, how can you put this car here? I didn't move that car, the car started out, it started motor, jerked right in the middle.
Took right off.
Yeah.
Starter motor engaged, the car was in the car was in the first or second gear, and it slowly cranked it out into the road.
Well, I told Delphi that, I said, when you park the car in front of the house, don't park it too close to the Green Hornet, because you'll bump it and stay away, the reasonable distance away from it.
Well, you had another car parked in front of the house, didn't it get hit?
That was a Green Hornet, yeah, I was parked there, and the pharmacy was coming down to deliver the prescription to somebody on our street, and his prescription fell on the floor of the garage, in the car, so he bent down to pick it up, and he lost control, and he ran right into me.
How bad was the damage?
Side was damaged, yeah.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, nobody in the car was parked there.
Did all the neighbors come out?
Oh, no, they said, what did they ask the guy, are you drunk? What are you doing? Oh, no.
They asked the pharmacy driver if he was drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Wow. And was that car still drivable, or did you have to tow it away?
Yeah, towed away, yeah. It was bagged up on the side.
And so what'd you have to do, get a rental car for a month?
Huh?
Did you have to get a rental car for the month?
No, I bought that, what the hell I bought? I bought that small car, that Honda.
Okay, was that a good car?
Oh, yeah, Delphi loved it.
Yeah, Hondas will go forever.
But then she had that station wagon, she loved that better.
Yeah. Didn't you have an auto mechanic on your street that didn't help you with cars?
No.
I thought you had an auto mechanic.
No, when I had any trouble with the cars, I went to Buffalo International.
I thought you had an auto mechanic named Leo Bundy.
Bundy? Nah, both. He put the car up on his lift and he broke the spring in the car.
Well, you used him as the mechanic.
Huh?
He had his own shop.
Yeah, but when I put the car up, he put it on the spring, and when I drove the car, I said, I can't drive the car. What do you want from me? I said, well, the car worked perfectly before I put it in your garage. And he jacked it up on the lift, on the spring.
And so what happened then?
The car wouldn't go. It would go sideways.
So did you bring it back to him to fix it?
He didn't know. I took it back to Buffalo.
So he wouldn't make good on it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't make good on it, right?
Yeah.
What did you bring him the car there initially for?
What?
You brought the Bundy's Automotive down from your house, but what did you bring him the car there initially to repair?
I took it back to Buffalo.
Oh, to Buffalo?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't took Bundy to fix it, no.
But he was a mechanic shop.
Yeah, well, he's a mechanic, yeah, but
yeah.
He made a lot of excuses. They were Catholic. They were real staunch Catholic. The wife was real religious.
Yeah.
And he was watching his temper around her because he didn't want to swear in front of her or nothing else.
Yeah.
I said, well, you're the one that wrecked the car. I said, you're the one that pushed that car around. So I thought, and then when you jacked it up on the spring.
Yeah, you have some great car stories. How about the one when you went skiing? I think it was Chestnut Ridge.
Chestnut Ridge.
And the toll.
No, Letchworth.
And the toll operator that took your money to park noticed you didn't have an inspection sticker.
Yeah, so.
And he picked up the phone and tell us from there.
Well, no, then we pulled into the parking lot at the Chestnut Ridge, and then we went skiing. And then a trooper pulled in, And I told Duffy, I said, what's this guy hanging around for, hanging around? And then when the lot cleared up, he was still there. So I said, I bet he's got something on me. I said, well, I bet he hooks me up when I get out of the street. So I got out of the street and he gave me the light right away. He said, pull over. He said, where's your safety sticker? He said, well, I just got the car and he didn't put the sticker. No, I was renting.
Oh, you're renting?
I was renting that car. He said, he didn't put the sticker. I asked him, where's the sticker? He said, oh, you don't need one.
The rental agency told you
Yeah.
you didn't need one. So then what happened?
Then when I parked the car there, they were waiting for me to get out on the street. Then he hooked me up.
Wow.
Then I had to go back to court with that blind judge.
So how many times you have to go back to court?
I stayed 4 or 5 times.
And the judge was blind?
Blind, yeah.
And how did that go in court?
He got bad tempers. I'm tired of these people coming in here wrecking my state, my city. He says, you guys stay in your old state of Buffalo and there, get the hell out of here.
He told you to stay in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Wow, you had a lot of experiences with that. And didn't you have another time when you went skiing and because of the cold, the key broke off in your Volkswagen?
Yeah, and I didn't know it.
Tell me how that went.
Well, I said, how the hell would I get hold of a couple of kids who were out there? I said, you guys know how to crossbar? Oh, yeah, we can do that. So they switched the wires. I started the car up. He said, when you stop, don't turn the engine off because you have to do the same thing over again. He says, don't stop the car until you get home.
And did you stop the car?
No, I got home with it.
Could you imagine back in the day, you could do what these kids did for you? They could crawl under the dash below the steering wheel, take 2 wires and put them together,
yeah,
and your car would start. Now today, a car today is nothing but a computer on wheels.
That's it, yeah.
You couldn't start a car today without a key.
No.
If your life depended on it.
You couldn't even push start it.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people back in the day had manuals. It was just common to push start a car.
Yeah.
They'd get behind it, or if there was a hill, and there was only one person in the car, he would just push it down the hill, pop the clutch and jump in it, and there you go.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing how things have changed.
That was the old days for the old cars.
Now you couldn't start a car, hot wire a car, if your life depended on it. It's a computer on wheels. But an interesting fact about cars today, they're all computers. So 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now when the car breaks down, no one's going to be able to fix it. However, a car from yesteryear, 50s, 60s, 70s, they're what you call mechanical cars. So 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years cars from now, man built that mechanical apparatus, man built that mechanical machine, and anyone can still fix it.
Yeah, you could pull it in the garage anywhere and have trouble and the guy would fix it for you, yeah.
But with these computer cars, not going to do it.
They didn't have the instruments, they didn't have the talent.
And many people don't have the tools. They're all special tools, and many people just don't have the talent or the knowledge to fix a modern car. So basically, they could be disposable cars. Disposable cars. But, back in the day when you had 100,000 miles on the car, they thought it was gone. But now today, the cars today, they have 100,000 miles. It's just like the beginning.
Broke it in.
Yeah, you go 300,000-400,000 miles on a good Honda. You just go forever. You just go forever, and they're not really expensive to repair either. So very inexpensive cars will go forever. What other car problems you had while we're on the subject of cars? Do you remember anything else that came to mind?
Well, I broke the key off with the handle. I didn't know that till everybody was gone. Then we had a couple of kids started up for it.
Yeah, wow. That must have been really a cold day for that key to be so brittle.
Oh yeah, it was about 20 degrees out there.
Wow. That must have been really something. And then you converted one of your international 4-door trucks into a snowplow truck, right?
Yeah, with that international, yeah.
And did you put a Myers plow on it?
Oh yeah, put a Myers plow on it. Yeah, that was the best plow I had.
I'll tell you one thing, those Myers plows last 100 years, as long as you...
Controls are good.
Controls are good, as long as you keep on changing the hydraulic fluid every 2 or 3 years. I'll bet you today, this winter in Buffalo, New York, someone's still using that Myers plow.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee you. They don't go bad. You change the hydraulics.
Yeah, unless you banged it up on a curb or something.
Still, that can be pounded out with heat.
Not trouble with that truck all over.
Yeah. And didn't you, once you plow, you did a lot of funeral homes?
The what?
When you plowed, you did a lot of funeral homes. When you plowed for funeral homes.
Oh, I plowed funeral homes and in department stores, parking lots and that.
The funeral homes you plowed for, didn't they ask you in for spaghetti?
Yeah, the guy come in with a big, he said, yeah, they come in at 10 o'clock, we'll come in and have some spaghetti, I can smell the spaghetti. It was Italian. I said, no, I got 5 jobs ahead of me.
One of the funeral homes you plowed for was called Stefano Magaddino's funeral home. What was he noted for?
Oh, he's the mafia.
When you went to the funeral home to get paid, did you notice anything unusual, or did it look straight as an arrow?
Yeah.
But how did you know that he was in a mafia?
Huh? How did I know?
Yeah.
it was pretty obvious. It was a big secret information everybody knew.
Yeah, so it turned out that Stefano Magaddino ran his funeral home on...
He was a convenient one to get rid of somebody too.
Yeah, he ran his funeral home on Niagara Street in Niagara Falls, New York, and he was the head leader of Toronto, Ontario, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Buffalo, and even Utica, New York. He was the main leader. He was a hell of a nice man. Interesting fact is that he never spent one day in jail.
No.
He never spent one day in jail. Stefano Magaddino never spent one day in jail. And as he invited Mr. John J. Jeckovich to dinner, at a big, long, mahogany dinner table, behind Stefano Magaddino always sat on the head of the table. His back was always to the wall. And he had all these religious pictures. They were Roman Catholics.
Yeah.
And he had the crucifixes, the picture of Jesus. Rosaries,
yeah.
Last Supper. And interesting thing at that table, many a times, if he was Stefano Magaddino was having a meeting with somebody, and that meeting didn't well, he'd give a look to one of his associates to the left or the right, and next thing you know, that person he didn't like was never seen again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Never seen again.
I remember one day they hit him with a base. They hit somebody that's sitting there at their dinner table. He got a bad hit in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. And it goes even further. Minutes?
2.5.
And then it goes even further. When Mr. John J. Jeckovich's grandson was being born on June 5th, 1974, in that same hospital that Mr. John J. Jeckovich's grandson was being born on June 5th, 1974, on the next floor above the birth of Mr. John J. Jeckovich's grandson, Stefano Magaddino was dying and died.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
It is.
What a coincidence.
One going out, one coming in.
Where the hell did this guy get his humor from?
Huh?
One going out, one coming in. You're absolutely amazing.
What?
But he had great respect for you when he paid you
Yeah.
dinner. He treated you very kindly. Minutes?
Oh, about 1.5.
1.5. So that was your plowing experience with the mob.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting. And also you plowed for Spallino, and he took care of you nicely well too.
Oh, yeah.
He took care of him nicely too. And as we're getting back to the Roman Catholic Church, Stefano Magaddino always donated to Stanley Ormsby, Monsignor Stanley Ormsby, a brand new Lincoln, black, and a brand new Cadillac, black. And they always stayed in the Roman Our Lady of the Rosary Church garage.
Monsignor Ormsby had that big house on 24th and Niagara.
Yeah.
And they had cooks and their waiters and everything else. Yeah, beautiful house.
And on the same property.
Monsignor Ormsby, yeah.
And on the same convent, on the same property was the convent. How was the convent?
Oh, the women, the nuns.
How was it?
Christmas time we used to bring, Delphi, I used to go there and bring a big lunch bucket there. You open the door, you could smell the basement coming up through the floor. And their sisters were in that hovel there. The old house, no heat, and they had little stove, but every now and then to keep it warm.
Complete opposite.
Poor sisters.
Complete
Those poor
opposite
nuns
from the
were
Monsignors.
smiling and everything else.
Yeah, good people. But the complete opposite for the Monsignors lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
Tyler?